Hey, welcome back to Atreyu News. President Trump makes it official. Look what he's doing about the Flint water crisis. President Trump's EPA is sending $100 million to Michigan to help them recover from their water crisis. From Hannity.com. The Environmental Protection Agency has awarded $100 million to the Michigan Department of Environmental Quality to help them recover from the water crisis plaguing the region. The funds are part of the Water Infrastructure Improvements for the Nations Act, which was approved in 2016. The money was officially awarded on Friday and will help the city accelerate programs to replace service lines that have leached into the city's water supply. The people of Flint and all Americans deserve a more responsive federal government, said EPA Scott Pruitt. EPA will specially focus on helping Michigan improve Flint's water infrastructure as part of a larger goal of improving America's water infrastructure. Flint Mayor Karen Weaver said she's excited and very grateful to receive the aid from the federal government. The city of Flint being awarded a grant of this magnitude is such a critical time of need, being of huge benefit, said Weaver. As we prepare to start the next phase of the pipe replacement program, these funds will give us what we need to reach our goal of replacing 6,000 pipes this year and make other needed infrastructure improvements. We look forward to the continued support of the EPA and federal government. Breaking. Truth is out on Syria's alleged downing of Israeli jet and its big. Syria allegedly launched surface-to-air SAM missiles at an Israeli Air Force jet, only to have them intercepted by Israel's Arrow 3 anti-ballistic missile system. Syria claimed they shot down an IAF fighter, but Israel stated that all its jets returned home undamaged. It appears the only wreckage came from the missiles that destroyed the Syria's SAMs. In a first, Israeli Arrow 3 anti-ballistic missile system intercepted a surface-to-air missile fired at an Israeli Air Force jet that had struck targets in southern Syria. The action began overnight at around 2:30 a.m. local when the IAF jet supposedly attacked a weapons shipment intended for Hezbollah. Shortly after, the jets were fired upon by Syria's surface-to-air missiles as they were fleeing back to Israeli airspace. At least one of the missiles was engaged by Arrow 3 battery located in northeast Israel. Nobody on the ground was injured in the incident. Although Syrian forces claim they downed an IAF fighter, Israel says the jets made it back to base without issue. Well, from what I understand, the Americans gave Israel some pretty impressive high tech, especially when it comes to this anti-missile defense system. Very impressive. Just in, the White House has huge security concerns. Look what was discovered. The White House intruder that jumped the fence, Jonathan Tran, reportedly avoided alarms and spent 15 minutes on the White House grounds before being caught. CNN.com reports the source says Jonathan Tran set off several alarms, but was able to avoid other sensors, the source said. in response to the alarm was lacking and found the suspect vulnerabilities in the system. Secret Service officials are conducting a formal mission assurance review of the incident. They say the 26-year-old Californian man carrying a backpack jumped multiple fences at the White House complex and set off multiple alarm sensors before he was discovered just steps from the main door to the mansion. Representative Jason Chavez, chairman of the House Oversight Committee, sent a letter Friday to the acting director of the Secret Service, saying his committee is now investigating the incident. He said his committee has learned of these additional allegations that weren't in the original affidavit, including triggered alarms that were ignored and that suspects may have moved around on the White House grounds undetected for a considerable amount of time. Chavez wrote to the suspect also may have attempted entry into the building. If true, these allegations raise questions about whether the agency's security protocols are adequate, he wrote. Well, that is a bit shocking. I figured all the fences and everything would be monitored 24/7 by live people watching every move. Guess not.